Most drivers assume that when their car starts acting strange, jerking between shifts, flashing warning lights, or idling like it's about to stall, something expensive has failed. So they brace themselves and head to a repair shop expecting bad news. But here's the surprising truth. In many cases, nothing is actually broken. Your vehicle's computer isn't failing, it's confused. Modern cars constantly adapt to sensor readings and driving conditions. Over time, dirt, electrical fluctuations, or corrupted data can throw those calculations off. The system starts making poor decisions, and the symptoms feel like serious mechanical trouble, even when the hardware is perfectly fine. What your car often needs isn't a repair. It needs a reset. And the best part? Several of these resets can be done safely at home in just minutes. No special tools, no expensive diagnostics, and no mechanic required. In this video, you'll learn 7 powerful reset techniques that can restore smooth performance, eliminate strange behavior, and potentially save you hundreds in unnecessary repairs. And don't skip the final reset. It's one of the most overlooked fixes drivers almost never consider, yet it solves problems people chase for months. Let's begin. Reset 7. Mass Airflow Sensor Recovery. Imagine you're stopped at a red light. The engine feels uneven, shaky, like it's struggling to breathe. When traffic starts moving, the car hesitates before responding. Maybe your fuel economy has quietly dropped, and you can't explain why. These symptoms often point to a small component most drivers never think about: the mass airflow sensor. This sensor sits just beyond your air filter and plays a critical role. It measures incoming air so the engine computer can deliver the precise fuel mixture needed for clean, efficient combustion. When the sensor becomes coated with dust or residue, its readings become inaccurate. The computer reacts by overcorrecting fuel delivery, which can cause rough idling, sluggish acceleration, stalling, poor mileage, and warning lights that suggest something far worse than reality. The good news is that many times the sensor isn't defective. It's simply dirty, and the system needs a reset. Here's how to restore it. Start by disconnecting the negative battery terminal and waiting about 15 minutes. This clears stored adaptive data and allows the computer to relearn fresh values. Next, locate the MAF sensor near the air intake housing. Carefully remove it. The sensing elements inside are extremely delicate, so never touch them. Spray the sensor using a proper mass airflow cleaner. Avoid substitutes like brake cleaner or compressed air, which can cause damage. Let the sensor air dry completely. Reinstall it, reconnect the battery, and start the engine. Allow the car to idle for several minutes while the computer recalibrates airflow readings. Once complete, many drivers immediately notice smoother idle, sharper throttle response, and improved fuel efficiency, all from a simple reset that takes less time than a coffee break. But what if your dashboard is still glowing with warning lights, especially something like ABS? That's where the next reset becomes critical. 6th reset. ABS warning light. You're cruising down the road, and suddenly, a warning light flashes on your dashboard. The ABS symbol. Your brakes feel fine. You stopped perfectly, yet that little light sparks an uneasy feeling. Most drivers panic. Is my braking system failing? The truth? Not usually. Modern ABS systems are hypersensitive. A weak battery, low brake fluid, or even a speck of dirt on a wheel speed sensor can trick the system. The car logs a glitch, and the light stays on, long after the real problem has vanished. So before you call a mechanic, try this quick fix: a reset. How to reset your ABS light. Turn off the ignition completely. Open your fuse box and locate the ABS fuse. Carefully remove it and wait 15 minutes. This clears the system's memory. Reinstall the fuse, start your car, and drive slowly for a few minutes. If it was a minor glitch, the light disappears, and your brakes are back to normal, without spending a dime at the shop. But here's the bigger picture. If a small sensor error can confuse your ABS, Imagine what happens when your transmission computer loses track of your driving habits. And that brings us to the next reset. Fifth reset. Transmission reset. Ever felt your car hesitate before shifting or slam into gear unexpectedly? Maybe it hunts for the right gear in city traffic or downshifts too early on the highway. These aren't always mechanical problems. They're signs that your transmission's adaptive memory is out of sync. Automatic transmissions continuously learn your driving style to shift smoothly. But over time, stop-and-go traffic, battery failures, or years of mixed driving can teach your car the wrong patterns. The result? A transmission that feels clunky, slow, or unpredictable. How to reset your transmission. Turn the key to on, but don't start the engine. Press the brake firmly. Shift slowly through each gear. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. Pausing briefly in each. Leave it in drive for 30 seconds, then shift back to park. Start the engine and drive gently for 10 minutes. After this reset, your car relearns your driving style. Many drivers notice smoother shifts, quicker responses, and less hesitation. It feels like your transmission just got a tune-up without touching a single part. Even with perfect shifting, though, a rough idle or wandering engine can make your car feel unreliable. That's why the next reset is crucial. Fourth reset. Fuel trim. Reset. If your driving habits haven't changed but you're noticing that you're refueling more often, your car feels sluggish, or the fuel gauge drops faster than usual. Your engine's long-term fuel trim readings may be off. Over time, the engine computer can store inaccurate fuel data, affecting performance and efficiency. A fuel trim reset clears this data, allowing the ECU to relearn proper fuel management. How to reset fuel trims. Disconnect the negative battery cable for about 30 minutes. Reconnect it securely. Turn on the vehicle and let it idle for a few minutes without pressing the accelerator. Drive at varied speeds to allow the ECU to relearn optimal fuel delivery. Benefits. Drivers often notice smoother throttle response, stronger acceleration, and improved fuel efficiency after performing this reset. Third reset. Electric power steering. EPS. Reset. If your steering suddenly feels heavy, unsteady, or inconsistent, your steering module may have lost calibration. Resetting the EPS module can restore smooth and predictable steering assistance. Steps to reset electric power steering. Turn the ignition on without starting the engine. Hold the steering wheel straight for 5 seconds. Turn the wheel fully to the right and hold for 5 seconds. Center the wheel, then start the engine. After this procedure, your power steering should return to normal, providing consistent assistance and better handling. Reset second key fob and immobilizer reset. Sometimes your car won't start, and the security light flashes. This usually means your immobilizer is out of sync. Here's how to bring it back in line. Steps. Insert the key and turn it on without starting the engine. Wait around 10 minutes until the security light stops flashing. Turn the key off for 10 seconds. Repeat this cycle 3 times. Start the car as usual. If done correctly, the security light will stay off, and your engine will start normally. Reset number 1. Battery management system. Reset. If you recently replaced your battery and your car is still having charging issues, the system might still be seeing the old battery. Here's how to fix it. Steps. Turn on the ignition. Press and hold the accelerator and brake pedals together for 10 seconds. Release both pedals. Turn off the ignition. Let the engine idle for a few minutes at low speed. This simple reset recalibrates the battery management system and helps prevent charging problems. That's it! These simple resets that can save you a trip to the mechanic and prevent unnecessary repairs. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below, telling us which reset worked for you.